Hello and welcome to Heroes in the Halfcast, your show for reviews and discussions on the 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series. I'm your host, the Lavender Ninja, Venka, and with me today is...
I'm Dansle, the Green Ninja.
I'm Mark Rodriguez, the Orange Ninja.
I'm Paige, the Pink Ninja.
Alright, so I guess since I wasn't here for the last discussion, I will kind of summarize my thoughts regarding the season finale and my predictions for season 2, if you can put it that way. So for the season finale, I really enjoyed it. There were a few things that I thought maybe could have been done better, such as the Krang's final explanation as to why they needed April. April's sensitivity to me wasn't necessarily important throughout the series. It always was more intriguing as to why she was immune to Krang chemicals. So all of a sudden it's like, oh, no, what's important is her sensitivity right now? It didn't make much sense, so I didn't quite buy that. Something else I thought might have been improved upon was the fact that we didn't really see any mutagen whatsoever, even though its properties were a mystery for most of the season, as well as the fact that it was the mutagen that brought everyone together. So yeah, it would have been nice to kind of see some more mutagen just to kind of get that full circle. Other than that, I think those were like my two big pet peeves with the season finale, but everything else was great. I loved the character development, and there was suspense. Oh my goodness. So yes, everything else gets a thumbs up. Everything from Leo actually kind of like fulfilling his role as a leader, but also as a brother too. I think he finally kind of like got the sense of glory out of his head and just kind of focused on what needed to be done and what his job was as a leader. Let's see. Raph becoming more of a sweetheart, but not, definitely not losing his tough side. That's also good to see. Donnie also, I mean, his invention with the wings, I was definitely impressed. I mean, who wasn't? I want those wings now.
Yes, the turtle gliders.
Yes. So I'm pretty happy for Donnie in that regard. His inventions are getting better and more awesome each time, so, yep. Oh, geez. Yeah, big heart to Donnie's wings. Yeah. Another thing about them is that, well, a little insight about my personal life. I'm actually kind of like a biologist, so any biologist can really tell you that turtles are kind of doomed to stay in the land and water because evolution of wings is pretty much impossible for them because of their shells. So just to kind of see Donnie laugh in the face of evolution and gravity was just pretty awesome.
Yeah, and Mikey saying turtles were born to fly.
Yes, I completely facepalmed when Mikey said that. I was like, no, they were not born to fly, Mikey.
Well, just don't tell that to Gamera, of course.
Of course.
But that was kind of like a reference to all the other flying devices that they've had in the previous cartoon incarnations, such as the turtle blimp, or more in the 2003 case, the hang gliders that they had for that short time.
Yeah. And then they got random helicopters throughout the show, too. That was kind of lucky. But yeah.
Hey,
sorry,
hey, we may still get a T-copter sometime in the future. Who knows?
That's true. How they're going to fit it in the sewers, though, that's going to be a mystery. Maybe they'll kind of hide it out in some
how did they fit the T-sub in the sewers?
Yeah, fair enough. Let's see. A few more thoughts about the season finale. Oh, phone ringing. Just ignore that. Yeah, a few thoughts about the season finale was that getting to the Shredder and Splinter, I love, that was really suspenseful, and of course I was happy to see Splinter kind of like get down and get dirty. That was really impressive. And of course Shredder has he's a master as well. So that was a great fight.
I'm sorry, Dansle. When you said seeing Splinter get down and get dirty, we both imagined him dancing in the disco. You know.
That
It's
would
like, oh yes, my
like...
sons, I'm down with the groove.
Okay, I will. That's okay. Now that image is in my head, and that's hilarious. Okay, trying to focus. Okay, but yeah. So the Shredder, again, his short-sightedness, kind of like giving the Krang everything they need to destroy the planet, and not really caring that he just spelt Earth's doom, was kind of like, Shredder, what is wrong with you? Yeah, like, you
And
fool.
Splinter said, "Do you have any idea what you've done?" Or something. It's
Yeah.
like, you just doomed us all.
I want to see like Shredder if he did kill Splinter, and when he steps outside, the city's completely destroyed. And there's aliens everywhere, and he's like, "What's this now?"
But other than that, Shredder was still pretty impressive. Like, he really thought, like, he really planned out that whole fight really well, using, like, the fire, too. I don't know whether he has a fetish with fire, or whether that was also just a way for him to take Splinter back to that terrible, terrible day when he lost his family. I had to give Shredder kudos for kind of planning that all out, and then dropping that whole, by the way, Karai is actually your daughter. Yeah, that was well planned and very, very evil. So, yeah, Shredder was a good villain, except for the fact that he did not care about his planet's safety. But other than that, so yeah, that kind of like sums up everything I felt about the season finale. As for season 2, I'm almost afraid to make predictions, because every time I make a prediction, it ends up not happening. As I end up wrong
here.
most of the time. So I think I do believe that Casey and April will have some kind of fling going on. It may not be serious. It might just be, oh, he's cute, oh, she's cute, and just leave it at that. But it'll kind of like force maybe Donnie to kind of think about what he wants to do with his crush with April, he's gonna try and make it, I guess, bring it to the forefront of April's attention, instead of kind of pretending it doesn't really exist anytime he accidentally blurts it out. I don't know, but it'll kind of force him to make a resolution with it. And that's actually something I'm kind of intrigued to see. It'll make Donnie stronger. So I always love Donnie when he kind of shows off his maturity, because the other turtles may not be as thoughtful or as sweet. So yeah.
Well, it's kind of like my theory, and my fear actually is that the whole relationship between Donnie, and April, and Casey is going to mirror the same relationship that Splinter, Tension, and Orokusaki had. Except if Donnie's the aggressor in this case, he will not be taking the role that his father took, but rather the Shredder took. So, and I hope he's mature enough to realize what's happening and go to Splinter first, rather than Splinter coming to him and saying, "My son, this is not a path you want to take."
The thing about Donnie is
dead. Dance more disco.
I feel like Donnie is mature enough to kind of not get too deep, that he doesn't realize that maybe that he's going against his family's values, for example. I feel like, as I said, this is something that could make Donnie stronger, in a good way, not in a villain becoming evil sort of scary way. Let's see, other predictions I have. I'm really, not necessarily predictions, but I'm really excited to see what will happen with the Fugitoid, and to see where the show will go in terms of bringing in some new mutations as well. And we see, like I saw that in the trailer, there was like this new Krang villain. I don't know what that's all about, whether a Krang just went rogue or whether the Krang kind of came up with this whole new suit. It's going to be, I'm really intrigued to see what's happening with the mutagen. And
Yeah,
kind of hoping that
and,
the, oh, sorry, go ahead.
yeah. And I believe in the Casey trailer we hear Casey mention about ninja robots, so could that mean Krang droids are now going to take the place of the foot soldiers?
Hmm, that would be
Technically
awesome.
speaking, if you take it that way, they could probably alter a couple of Krang droids to be foot soldiers instead of making them from scratch.
True. It depends if the Shredder. Well, I'm pretty sure that the Shredder and Krang will continue to have like an alliance going into season 2. So I could see the Shredder helping the Krang make some kind of ninja army. That would be cool. And let's see. Actually, yeah, that's kind of about it for my expectations from season 2.
Well, the in the IDW wasn't the Fugitoid originally a neutrino, so wouldn't that add to the April could be a neutrino theory?
It might. It all depends on how everything with April's mom kind of comes into effect. Because at least for me, the whole April being a neutrino theory was just to kind of explain her involvement with the Krang. And now the Krang have just kind of said, your mental energy is connected to the universe.
And by the way, your mental energy is so strong that if acid falls on you, it does nothing.
Yeah.
Just like FYI.
Surprise.
Now it makes me curious if her dad is also like that or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like we said, we don't know. Like we're going to learn more about April in the next season. So their explanation to her, since she was going to die, was, "Oh yeah, your mental energy is better, is uniquely attuned to this universe." But it could have been a little more interesting if they had actually said, "Oh, you are a neutrino, or a part, you have neutrino blood in you," or something like that. So yeah, so that way she'd spend the whole time going, "Okay, what's a neutrino?" or something like I.
Angry, she'll transform into a super neutrino. Her will go blonde and she'll be glowing and flying. And
Yeah.
she would solve all the series problems in about 10 seconds.
Which would be 10 episodes, though.
Well, 10 episodes to transform and power up.
Yeah, and like in the '87 series, they said they had like one episode where the turtles had to take care of a neutrino baby, and Donatello mentions like, "Oh yeah, by the way, neutrino babies have telekinetic powers that they lose as they grow older."
I like how they somehow knew that.
They just know, dude. They just know.
It was weird. It was like the only episode where the normal neutrinos did not appear the whole episode. It was just like the baby and like their, I guess, king and queen. But it was weird that the neutrinos themselves were not in that episode.
Okay. How did a baby come through?
Yeah, and one of the leaders of the neutrinos looks like a hobbit as an Elvis impersonator.
Yeah, the king of the planet looks like Elvis.
Wow.
Hey, his wife looks like one of the B-52s, so...
Yeah, I have to show her some of the episodes. Well, she saw the premiere episode because they appear in the first, 5-episode thing of the Turtles. But I guess I gotta show her some of the more, later episodes that keep bringing them back.
No.
That make you ask yourself why they keep bringing them back. But
No.
And Mikey gets a crush on one of them.
Oh, geez, that would.
that just vanishes like later on.
Yeah, but Call is more of a badass in the 80 in the IDW thing, and he gets a crush on Princess Trib, which of course is is a grown-up version of Tribble.
Yeah,
To have
I still have to
neutrinos
read
and then,
that
like, you having a
particular
crush
saga.
on.
Well, like you didn't notice the connection. The neutrino baby's name was Tribble, and in the IDW, her name is Princess Trib. Tribble.
Mm-hmm. I see that.
Well, yes. Well, now the biggest thing in IDW is they just revealed that Casey Jones' dad is actually Han.
What?
And the IDW, of course, because we never really see much of Casey's father. I believe he's already dead or something in all other versions.
I think I might. There's this. I'm just remembering that. In the 2003 show, I think this is only a rumor though, that that there was an episode that was going to reveal that, was it Baxter Stockman and Han were related or something like that? But that's kind of crazy.
No, he was related to the Junk Man.
Okay.
Yeah, Han and Garbageman were supposed to be brothers.
Yeah.
Separated at birth or something, but I think the origin or something was so, like, dark and whatever for kids and stuff that they just banned that. They just canceled the episode and everything.
Yeah,
because one gets separated at birth.
I'm like so lost now.
Sorry, that was just a little random tidbit I remembered, and now that I really think about it, I'm not quite sure what relevance it has to the Turtles now, seeing as we haven't seen any.
Yeah, I seriously doubt the fans are going to be crying for Garbageman to come back and other versions. Like why hasn't he appeared in the 2012 cartoon, man? He was like the most awesome villain in that old series, man.
What the heck did he do? Toss garbage around?
Almost. He was like
He
this
kidnapped homeless people and made them his slaves.
What did he do?
He kidnapped homeless people and made them his slaves. And he essentially said he was recycling them to serve his kingdom.
Which is like a big garbage, like a junkyard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't he like some super big fat dude, like so fat that he needed some kind of like tank tread thing to move around?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. We don't need him in the 2012 show.
Which series was
the
this?
The 2003 version. He was only like 2 episodes.
Okay, then I'm not gonna watch it ever.
He was not like one of the most memorable or loved characters, so.
Watch, there's someone out there is shedding a tear right now because Garbageman.
He's like, Garbageman. He was so understood, man.
Misunderstood.
He could have came back in 2012 and turned like super awesome, man. But these guys are just short-sighted.
Rest in peace, Garbageman. Rest in peace.
Yeah, you and me, bros for life, Garbageman.
Bros for life.
Whenever I throw out the trash every Thursday, I'll think of you, bro.
Oh, God. Okay. Maybe we should get back on track, but that was hilarious. Yeah.
And now, more disco, my sons! Yeah, I like Splinter doing like the whole dressed up in the white suit with the blinking lights, the disco ball and everything.
Oh, God.
Now that would have been funny, like at the end of the season when the Turtles were dancing, everyone was dancing, Splinter would be like, step aside my sons, let me show you how it's done.
Oh, jeez.
Anyone on this...
Oh, well, that's even more incentive. If you people listening out there in the podcast actually do a Master Splinter like disco thing, we will post it on our next episode. How's that for incentive? And we'll give you credit as the artist, so how's that for incentive?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Oh my goodness, that would be amazing. That would be so cool. So yeah, fans, please get on that.
We'll be right back, everybody, for another episode for the rest of Heroes on the Halfcast. In the meantime, don't forget to drink your Garbageman coffee mug.
Garbageman. Coming to stores near you.
He's more than just taking out the trash, bro.